just doing homework.
Oh, you want to play the Magic 8 Ball?
What's the Magic 8 Ball?
Well, let me show you. Welcome to the All-Seeing Magic 8 Ball, where all your questions will be answered.
This isn't a Magic 8 Ball. I've never seen a Magic 8 Ball like this.
I have a question about love.
Yes.
What's your question?
Does my boyfriend love me?
Thinking. Who am I to say?
That's rude.
Do you have another question?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have a question about love?
Yes.
What's your question?
Will my boyfriend propose to me within the next year?
Thinking. Hopefully it's better than the last one. This tea is spilling all over the ground. Good job.
But seriously, girl, how does it work?
All right, well, let me show you. So the Magic 8 Ball has 3 major components: a string, a function, and what's known as a while loop. The first thing we're going to talk about is a string. A string is a sequence of characters, either as a literal constant or some kind of variable. A variable is a value that can change depending on the condition or information passed through the program. The variable love answers holds several phrases that are saved as strings. We also downloaded a randomization package that allows these variables to be shuffled. Your computer recognizes the string when you put it into quotations. You're on the right path is a string saved as a variable in love answers.
So that's great and all, but can you show me in the actual program?
Yeah. Go ahead and open it up on your computer.
Okay.
All right. So remember the randomization package I was talking about? That's in line 14. It's highlighted in blue now. That's going to make the answers random. But the variables in love answers starting at line 20, you're on the right path. We talked about that. That's one of the variables that's in quotations, so the computer recognizes it as one, saved in the string called love answers. Then when it returns that answer, RAN is a shortened version for random. So in line 22, it'll return random love answers from the variable love answers. Do you get it?
Yeah.
The second thing we're going to go over is a function. A function is a group of related statements that perform a task. Functions help break our program into smaller chunks. As our program grows larger, functions make it more organized and manageable. It also avoids repetition and makes codes reusable. The keyword DEF or def marks the start of the function and tells the computer to define the preceding code. Let us use DEF get life answers as an example.
Okay, I'll pull it up.
So basically, DEF is the start of the get life answers. It tells the function, which is the whole thing from line 26 to line 29. It tells this is the whole function. So the DEF in get life answers tells it to define get life answers. And since there's no argument within the parentheses, it doesn't have to take that into account. It'll run when we enter. You remember your first question? Do you have a question about love?
Mm-hmm.
As long as you enter yes in that life question, it will run and it'll give you one of the variables from the life answers. You're on the right path. Don't overthink it. Those are all variables saved in the string in this function.
Oh.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
And it'll be random because we have the RAN life answers from line 28. And so when we return that line from in line 29, those variables saved on line 27 will be random.
Oh, wow. So that's how I got my response.
Yeah. The third and final programming tool that we use in the Magic 8 Ball is the while loop. A while loop in programming repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given condition is true. In this loop, while more help equals yes, you're in the loop. The user is asked to provide input with a yes or no statement. While the user types yes, the rest of the program will run indefinitely. When the user types no, that makes the while more help statement false and exits the loop. Example of the while loop I was talking about. In line 93, while more help equals yes, the while loop will run. The equals sign right here indicates that this statement is true. So as long as the user inputs yes, then the variables, it will ask if you have questions about love, yes or no. If you put yes, then the loop will continue. If you put no, it jumps over and it says no, and it'll print, have a good life, goodbye, which is breaking the loop. And this break part says it breaks the loop. And you have to break the loop for the life cycle as well. So the life questions, is your question about life? If it says yes, do you have more questions? No, and then it breaks the loop. So either way, the loop has to be broken, and the way to break the loop is to enter no. This also incorporates if, then, and if else statements, but we'll talk about that later on. Got it?
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess the magic in the Magic 8 Ball is in the computer coding.
I guess so.